Well, there's a lot of things in that are going on that need to be taken care of. We just had 2 new council members that were elected. And again, we need spirituality in our council. Like I said, when I was on the council, we used to start our meetings with a prayer. And then we had our meetings. And I don't like to say anything bad about our council now, but I see their minutes. Nobody ever prays at their meetings. And I brought this to their attention, our council member in our district. I said, you need to pray. So when we have our district meetings, I pray before we have our meetings. And we need this. No matter what in our lives, we need prayer. And
can I ask something about that? Do you have a sense of why maybe prayer isn't as prevalent anymore? Seems like I struggle with that too with kids that I work with. Not really seeing the value or understanding why it's so important. Do you have a insight into that?
I think, like, when I was brought up that way, I think without prayer, we're nothing. We can't accomplish anything without prayer. We need prayer, guidance from God. To give us guidance, we'll do the things that will improve things on the reservation, like our tribal council. That He'll give them knowledge to do the right thing, to lead us in a good way. This is why they need to pray. They need guidance, knowledge. And that's what I used to pray for when I was on the council. And it helps to solve some of the problems. And I had an uncle that used to come up to get his mail every day. And he gave me good guidance on prayers. And a lot of times I used to go to the elders for advice. I used to go to my uncle and I used to say, well, I'm going to do this. And if he sees it's not good, he's going to say, no, nephew, don't do that. You're going to do it this way. This is the way you should. So I never got into any problems by listening to it, the elder, his wisdom. And I learned that from him. And one time ago we're talking about when I was in alcoholism. I kind of got away from my religion, prayer. And this one young lady, the lady that was here earlier, her husband, was a great man. He used to pray in the Dakota language, talk, give advice, funerals. And after I sobered up, I used to watch him and how he prayed. And today I do a lot of that in my Dakota language by observing him. And today I use some of his words when he prays to God in Dakota language. I use some of those words. And I asked him when I first started. I was never a person that could speak in a crowd or speak to people in a crowd. And so I used to ask him. I used to say, Tashi, that means cousin. Say, Tashi. I said, someday I want to pray like you do. I want to talk to people like you do. I said, how do I do that? How do I pray? I said, how do you pray? I guess was the question I asked him. And he didn't say nothing for a long time. He stood and looked at me. He said, Tonshi, do you have a heart? I said, yeah. And that's where you pray from, he said, your heart. And once you do that, start talking to people from here, it's going to come easy. Once you start praying, the words will come. You don't have to be thinking ahead of time what you're going to pray. Just think of what you're going to pray for. If you're praying for somebody that passed on, or you're going to pray for somebody to quit alcohol, you think of those things, and then you pray from here to ask God to help them, to help you. And this is how I learned how to pray, was from watching and observing the Tonshi, the cousin of mine. So today I'm a very happy person. Like I said before, I work with all different religions. We have a pastor that's Native American. He's the only Native American pastor we have on this reservation. His name is Larry Thiele. His church is named Dakota Oyate, the People's Church, they call it. He's a Lutheran. But I work with him a lot. When we have weight, he calls on me to pray. And we have something going on here, like if he comes at our AA here, I ask him to pray too. And we help each other. And these other ones, it's Assembly of God away, Baptist. I got a nephew that's studying to be a minister at the Baptist church over here. I got a grandson that's a Baptist minister in Albuquerque. That's where my granddaughters and her kids are too. So I work with all religions. Now, I guess my main really belief is the higher power, God. He's the one that helps me with everything. Without him, I wouldn't know what to do. Like when my family got in an accident, I didn't know what to do until the priest came. We started talking about God and what happened. And this proved me through all that tragedy. And like I said, today I can talk about it without falling apart, you might as well say. And like it's still hard, but I do it hoping it'll help other people, that they'll never have to go through what I went through. And I'm going to keep this up until I can't anymore. But I'll never give up.